I'm following this trail to get to the Champion Spark Plug mine, which is about 2 miles off from where we're at right now. Otherwise known as Upper Camp. Lower Camp we looked at last week. Check out that video. And as I was hiking to Champion Spark Plug mine, I noticed a building in the distance in this washout. We'll check that out real quick. Then after that, I'm going to continue hiking along this trail because the roads coming up have all been washed out in such bad condition. This is the only way up to the mine itself. And the mine is way up at that ledge at the very top there, where all those rocks are at. And we should be passing a couple of mines in relation with the Champion Spark Plug mine on the way there, so we'll check those out as well. Let's get going. This is the building I seen in the washout. Continuing up this way, there's some waste rock piles, so I'm going to go hike up there soon. Have a interesting looking shelf right outside of what I think is a workshop. Let's go have a look inside of the workshop. And the wind is on and off today, so it's going to be inconsistent, unfortunately. Have some shelving. Screened window right there. Window itself isn't intact, just a frame. Very neat, just a small workshop. This is what's left of the entryway, by the way. Not a whole lot. Workshop itself is still in relatively decent condition, such as the walls and the roof. Still has a furnace pipe too. Let's continue hiking up and see this waste rock. Maybe there's a mine up there. Looking at this waste rock, it's interesting to see how it's been carved out from all the flash floods over the years. Coming from right up that way. And this is the adit, by the way, although definitely not safe to go in. Judging from the waste rock, this mine is quite extensive. Looking inside, it's very stagnant. Portal is less than satisfactory with condition. Although once you get past this portal section, looks pretty good. Looking back at the portal, while it's not secure, it is secure enough for me to continue. And the ground is just frozen. Definitely watching the O2 sensor for this one. The oxygen's beginning to drop. Ore chute right there, indicating there's an upper mine. This faces out right there. Just look at how rotten that timbering is. Okay, so my O2 sensor is so low right now. It's about to go off with a low oxygen symbol, so I'm gonna get out of this mine real quick, and then I'll pick up when I get out. Seeing that ore chute makes me think there's upper workings above us. And this tunnel may have just been a main haulage tunnel. With that being said, it does make sense since all the waste rock is on this side and this mine isn't very extensive. Obviously all this waste rock didn't come from this mine unless there's a covered up of winds we didn't see. So let's go up and see if we could find a mine up there. Right below is the mine we just checked out, and directly above it is this huge opened up section. And unfortunately, I don't think we're getting into any mines on this side because this looks blasted shut. But this would have been one huge portal or an open pit. I think it was a portal. I don't see anything that looks like a tunnel, although this rock all looks very unstable. Let's continue hiking and get to the other side of this mountain. Currently making my way up this mountain. It's been about 45 minutes since I last picked up. I've been following these power lines, which are obviously disconnected. There's one right here as well. So the mine is several hundred feet off. It's right at the top of this peak, so we're almost there. I found this really cool foundation that's been stacked up, perhaps somebody's cabin. And it's sitting right on this cliff. They stacked all that rock up down there. Just can't get a good view of it. Then going this way, if we zoom in, all those holes you see, those are mines. We're definitely not getting to them. You can't even get to them. That's a straight up cliff right there. It's crazy how the miners decided to just set up a mine right there. This is the first cabin, the first intact one at this mine operation. This one's also right at a cliff. Looking this way, there may be some accessible mines. We'll have to see. And it's very windy at the top of this mountain too. Got a bit of a windstorm right there. Looking back at that cabin, we have some remnants down this way to check out. Mine's that way. Although let's begin with this building, since it's the most intact. Right below us would have been a workshop. This is an incline shaft. And those are guardrails on next to it. Or cart tracks, excuse me. Then this is that building. The whole side of this building is just collapsed. Then looking up, got a good view of the roof. Got a couple furnace pipes. I have found the entryway right there. Next to it, this is an old pantry. Now I want to see this side of the house real quick before we look at the interior. Okay, let's have a look inside. Have some shelving right there. Going on into the second room. Now this gives us a great perspective of how this wall is just buckling from all the erosion over the years. Got ourselves a closet there. And I am rushing this a little bit just because there's a windstorm outside, so I want to get down as soon as possible. The flooring right here is beginning to come up. This is in really bad condition. That's the door we tried to get into that's completely inaccessible because you could see how it's adjusted from the shifting of the flooring. Looking out the window, that's one of the best views I've ever seen at an abandoned place. Then we have a table right here. Bed. Coming on this side, some shelving. Then another closet. This was likely a bunkhouse. Looking up into the attic. This is just such a unique location. It's really something, isn't it? Looking back at that bunkhouse we just checked out, and now we're at the workshop. Which apparently, right next to it, is a mine. Although, let's get a good look. I don't think it goes anywhere. Unfortunately, this has been burned up. Looking at the wood, it's all charred. This is another foundation. Looking down through that big old washout. This mine is just at such a crazy location. With it being at the top of a mountain, it's really something. There's mines up that way too. Oh, that has been opened up. Then we have this ginormous attic to check out. Right off the bat, we have some shelving on this side. Really neat wheelbarrow. Which has seen its fair use. And this whole stoked out section. Which I'm looking at my O2 sensor and it's having trouble with the elevation change. So it may go off, but that doesn't mean low oxygen for this one. So that's where all this rock came from. This false floor up there has collapsed. So I assume there's another mine right above us. Then continuing, we hit another Clapston section. All that rock came from up there. Then that's a door right there for the mine. Probably says danger. I'm guessing that's either it goes to a winds or that's just a dynamite storage room. Have a pile of ore cart tracks all lined up right there. Then looking up into these rock, we have a mine up there, another one way above. The one we're headed to right now is straight ahead. Interesting thing about this mine portal, there's shoe prints. Someone else has been in here. Okay, so we have multiple drifts going off. This drift has been eroded, Clapston, stoped out section on this side. Continuing this way, this is all stoped out as well. It looks like they were beginning to make a tunnel, but they just never continued. Then this comes to a dead end. Two adits right there to check out. Going up this way, we have one right there that's been Clapston, so not even going to that one. Let me zoom in so you could see the portal. That one's been Clapston. So we're going to go down, check these two out. And then there's some mines up that way, but I don't know how you get to them. Might have to do some climbing. So for these two, this was a storage room. I think this was a dynamite room. Continuing. Now that's a real trip. I'm gonna have to go that way. And this is fenced off because you go right up to this cliff where you'd be dead if you went off. Have a shaker table right there. Look at that little stoped out section. You could see what they were getting at. Look at the coloration of this rock. And all of this one too. Looks like silver. Now we're really facing the wind. So we just went through that tunnel, which apparently isn't a mine. Although this mountain is so steep, what I'm thinking is they just carved that out so they could get to the mines that they wanted to go to. That's just a passageway. Definitely no mines down there. And then I see, just notice this graffiti. I am 5'5". Or that may have been an S. S5. Clapston shaft right down there. Got some more workings up that way. And we're coming up to a portal right now. Although before we go in there, I really want to take in this view. This is quite literally the Mine of Insanity, just based on its location alone. And this was a passageway too. Right there drops off another cliff. Really can't be afraid of heights for this mine. It's just crazy. Possibly to hold a lantern. And I think this faces out. That's the end of this tunnel. So let's continue, go back to the other side of this operation and see those other mines above. Just came from over there and I accidentally knocked a rock over. Just listen to the echo it makes. I'll knock one over on purpose now. You ready? This is how much of a cliff there is. So we have a couple of tunnels to check out. One there, going up this way. There's one way up there to check out. We'll have to figure out how to get up that way. And something else. There's this cactus. Piece of it has been taken out recently. Wonder by what? This whole section has just been blasted. It doesn't go anywhere though. But it's all opened up. So let's go check that mine out real quick. Going this way is an open stope. Then continuing this way, have another mine which, upon further inspection, I don't think goes anywhere unless it takes a sharp right, to which it does. This is all opened up. Down there's an incline shaft, which I was going to go over this, although upon looking at that incline shaft, I don't think so. I don't want to risk slipping. Just looking at these mountains is a real trip. And looking down and seeing this cliff right below us is another trip. You can see the dynamite holes right there. So let's try and get to that upper pit. I have now arrived at this fenced in part. And I don't actually see any adits up in this area. It is very odd that they opened up this section. Doesn't actually go anywhere. I thought maybe there'd be an adit, but there isn't. There's mines everywhere. There's even one right there too, which I don't even know how you get to that one. There has to be another entrance somewhere. Now I'm going to climb back down this section. This is another foundation, and it's quite crazy to see just how it's been built up. And just how they're stacking their rock, because that building was facing the cliff right there. Looking up this way, and then another stone building on this side as well. There's some stuff sitting on the cliff right there in the washout that's fallen over in the years. I'm hiking back down the mountain and it's beginning to rain, so I am going to skip this mine. It's summer up this way, but I can't find it. I don't see any waste rock anywhere. With that being said, I just want to thank you for watching. I also want to thank everybody who supported the channel. This is a place I've been wanting to check out for a long time, but it's just so far away from my general area that I would never have had the money to come out here if I didn't have the proper funding from the channel. So thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Be sure to comment down below, put a like on the video, and be sure to subscribe. Now I'm going to get going, hike back down this mountain, because I have to hike down a washout, so I want to get down before it rains too much. So that's it for today's video.